Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Stevie. If you are new here, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I pray that y'all guys are having a wonderful day. I wanted to drop a little life update on why I have not been posting as much. Like I said in the beginning of this month, March is a month of movement. I had received a major big breakthrough in the month of March, and this breakthrough caused me to not do as much posting because I'm having to do a bunch of just planning and organizing on what to do next in the future. So that is the thing. I am starting a new job, and other updates are going to be coming soon. I have to move in silence pertaining to other areas of my life, because you know, when God says move in silence, that means you can't really speak or say anything new until he releases you, because there is this thing called premature news. Like, if you think about it, when a woman is pregnant and she's in the first trimester and she, you know, releases information about her baby and then she has a miscarriage, that's premature thing. So when God calls us to move in silence, it is for our good. It is for us to not release things prematurely. So anyways, God has had me do a new thing in my life soon in this season, and it is very exciting, but at the same time, you know, I have a lot of thoughts about it, but it is what it is. Anyways, so it wasn't yesterday, but the day before, Sunday night, I came home from my church, and I had been flossing my teeth. Long story short, one of my fillings fell out, and I had to wear a retainer. So if you have a hard time understanding me, just bear with me, because it's not good. So anyways, I'm wearing it to cover it up. You can't really notice it with the end, but it's noticeable to me. So I had to schedule my appointment with the dentist, and as soon as I walked in, of course I fill out my information and things like that, but immediately I noticed there was this girl. She was in their office. She had this little sweatshirt on, and she looked really young, and I just felt immediately drawn to her. Anyways, so I was just sitting there waiting to get called, and I got called by her, and then we went to do my x-rays on my teeth, and she basically, long story short, she noticed that I wear hearing aids, and long story short, I wore hearing aids my whole life. God has, you know, allowed me to wear hearing aids since I was a kid. I'm used to it. I wore them my whole life. Anyways, she just thought it was so inspiring that I wore hearing aids, and she said that she needed to get a pair because both of her hearing was going to go out soon, or she felt like her hearing was getting worse. And so I was like, I just kind of told her, you know, it's not a big deal, it's just hearing aids, and I wore them my whole life. Just don't be afraid, it's gonna be fine. I just felt led to share that with her. And anyway, she brings me to the other room to do a 3D scan, and then for them to kind of check my gums. And I felt led to say, you know, whenever you buy your first pair, make sure it's a good brand. You know, you're gonna be spending some money on it, but it'll be worth it in the long run, and they usually last about every 4 years. And I felt led to share that with her. And what was it? She was just like, man, darn, you know, she was like nervous about it and stuff. And I said, don't be nervous. I said, if you knew what I've been through, life, you do not need to be nervous about anything. God works everything out for your good, whether you believe it or not, He does. And I felt led to just say, you know, a little bit about me and just being open and a little vulnerable, without, you know, like being vulnerable in a way, like not crying or anything, but just sharing with what I had been through. I said, you know, when you lose a sense, you actually gain an extra sense. For me, I lost the sense of hearing in both ears. I still can hear, but it's not as well. And I said, but I had gained really good vision sense. You know, I am a designer. I do interior design. I do graphic design. I am a visionary person. And that was one of the gifts that God has gifted me. And I just felt led to share that with her. And I said, you know, throughout my whole life, I had people tell me I was not going to be successful. I was not going to graduate high school. I was not going to get into my dream school. I wasn't going to graduate from my dream school. You know, I wasn't going to do all these amazing, beautiful things. But let me just say, but God has been there by my side the entire time that I've been through things. And you know, when I was probably 12, God has spoken to me for the first time, and He says, Stevie, the plans that I have for you are good. He says, I am going to take you where you need to be. Those desires that I have placed in your heart are for a reason. And you know, He said, I did not call you to be like those other girls. You are special. You are special. And, you know, as I've grown older, I forgot that prophetic word that He had dropped into my spirit. And when I started rewalking and really rewalking my life with God, He brought those same words back up to me. And I was like, Lord, you are so faithful to bring that back to me again, because I forgot about it. And God is so good. And that day, God had led me to share that with that girl, and she thought it was the most inspiring thing. I didn't think it was a big deal, but it was to her. And as soon as I was about to leave, she gave me this note, and I still have it. She wrote on it, and it said, I just want to say thank you so much for being open to me. I decided to go get my hearing checked, and I'm not scared anymore. Thank you. And that just really blessed my day, because whether you think about it or not, your story has power for other people who need to hear it. I felt like throughout my mind, I felt like, God, are you really calling me to do this, this, and this, and this? And He was so faithful to show me what had happened, not yesterday, but the day before. It was Tuesday. He was so faithful to show me, like, your words, your story matters to people. What you have been through, the obstacles, the things that you have been through, it is powerful. But you have to realize this, that when you are sharing your testimony, you have to boast in God. And that's what this whole journey has been about with me and God. God had really done some amazing things for me, and I've learned to never never boast in myself. I always boast in him, because I could not have done all these things on my own. I could not have, without him by my side, without him, leading me where to go, and recognizing his voice, him increasing these strong, beautiful desires in my heart, and him just really pushing and urging me where I need to be. So yeah, all I've got to say is your story matters. Your story matters. It's and the point of this video is not about me helping her out. Yes, I had helped her, but she had blessed me as well in return. And your story, what you have been through, the events that has happened in your life matters. Your voice matters. What you have been through matters. And it is a testimony for other people who are in these dark times of their lives, and had God not sent me to that girl who needed to hear what she needed to hear, I would not have blessed her in a way that she needed to be blessed. So yeah, your story matters. In return, you're going to get blessed back in a way that you needed to be blessed. So God is so faithful. He's so amazing, and I just want to boast in him for just leading me there and giving a word to that individual who needed it. And not only had I blessed her, but she had blessed me in return, because God needed to show me that I was a voice for her. I was a voice not just for her, but other people, other women, other children, especially children who have been experiencing the handicap community. I wore hearing aids my whole life, and I've always felt like I was limited. But God showed me this year, no, you're not limited. You're not limited. My hands are on you. There was times in my life where I felt like I was going to be limited, especially the desires for me is to become a parent one day. I want to be a mom of children. And God was showing me, he said, you are going to be a great mom. You're going to be fine. I'm going to lead you and let you know when your children are needing you, or when you need to hear the cries of your children, things like that. And for him to share that with me had blessed me, because for a while I knew it was a calling on my life to become a parent eventually, but I've always felt like I wasn't going to be I was going to need so much help. And yes, I'm going to need help when my future husband walks in my life, but God says, you're going to be a great mom regardless. You're going to do just fine. Trust that I am in control, and don't limit yourself. So, my whole thing is what he was also sharing with me was, your calling, your handicaps, everything that you go through is intentional for a reason. The desires that God placed in your heart are beautiful, and they're intentional. Some people may think it's cringe, but it's not cringe. God has placed it there for a reason, and his desires for you is going to fulfill you in the way that you never thought you needed to be fulfilled. His ways are not your ways. His thoughts are not your thoughts. And yeah, embrace those desires that he has placed in your heart. Embrace the assignment. Embrace the calling that he has for you, because it's going to be worth it in the long run. As I have grown in my maturity with the Lord, he had revealed to me that, your desires are good, but when you delight in the Lord, he will give you the desires of your heart. when you seek his face and ask him, Lord, what is your desires for me? He will show you. He will show you. If he's placed that longing in your heart for a future spouse, you bet believe you are going to have a future spouse. If he placed that longing in your heart to have kids, you best believe he's going to give you kids. Keep praying, keep knocking, keep seeking him. If he placed you a desire in your heart to get a specific job or to go after a specific field and to do all these amazing things, you best believe he is going to lead you there and to do it. If he has placed a desire in your heart to become this particular woman, this particular man, you best believe he's going to lead you to become that specific individual, because he desires for you to be that person, and you as well. You have what it takes to get there. You have what it takes. And once you continue to align your mindset, your identity in Christ, boy, that's when things take off. That's when you realize who you are. And who you are with your identity with Christ, you are a powerful individual. You are powerful. You are so powerful. Your identity, your mindset, once you align it with the Lord, you are going to be unstoppable. You are going to be unstoppable. That's all I gotta say. Like, once you align your mindset, your identity with Christ, there's no going back. You just have a knowing that things are gonna get better and better and better and better. It's gonna be sweeter. So that's all I gotta share with y'all. I pray that this video blessed y'all. I pray that y'all have a blessed day. Until next time, there will be a next time.